This is Judge Silverback's court. Today's case, one fired inspector, one relentless coworker, and one very specific threat. The witness claims she was told to shut up or get her tail kicked. The claimant says she was just trying to hop away from the conflict, and now they're settling the score in the case of a tale of two employees.
Okay, I've reviewed the paperwork. This hearing will determine whether the claimant is entitled to unemployment benefits and whether the employer is charged for the claim. The parties agree the separation was due to a discharge. Who is here for the employer?
Miss Rhodes, owner of Clean and Dry Two Stop. My witness is Miss Lucy Lamoto.
And would you please state your name?
Rocky Ali, sir.
Do you affirm to tell the truth? Miss Rhodes?
I do.
Miss Lamoto? Miss Alley?
Yes.
Miss Alley, who was your last employer?
Clean and Dry Two Stop. I was an inspector, full-time, for 2.5 years.
Did you quit? Were you discharged or something else?
I was discharged, Your Honor.
Miss Rhodes, do you agree with the claimant's testimony so far?
Yes.
Why was Miss Ali terminated?
For violating our policy about fighting in the workplace.
Had Miss Ali received any prior warnings?
Yes. She was written up for threatening Miss Lamoto. We do not tolerate that behavior.
Your Honor, you have to understand. This girl's mouth just doesn't stop yapping.
And then you put the hangers on. Then you gotta turn it and fold it. Then you gotta put... And then I was like, what even happened? So then I went to her and I asked her why she did that. And press, lift, fold, hang. Press, lift, fold, hang.
Blah, 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 motor mouth. When will she come up for air? This woman just blithers about nothing.
Hey, Rocky, it looks like it's gonna rain tomorrow. I have to take my kids to a party and I think it's outdoors. I wonder what I'll wear. Maybe I'll eat before I go, since they never have any food I like at these things. I personally hate the stuffed mushrooms. What kind of food do you like? Maybe they'll serve something different that I like to eat. I'm in the mood for scallop. By the way, did you notice there is too much starch in the shirts? Maybe we should wash them again. I don't know, the collars seem too hard. I don't know. Did you hear me?
Yes, I heard you.
Why don't you answer me?
I'm working.
Well, that's rude, don't you think?
Did you witness this?
No, but Miss Lamoto reported that Miss Ali said she'd beat her tail if she didn't shut up.
Miss Lamoto, did you have a problem with Miss Ali?
She never says hello or goodbye, nothing. I try to be polite and she just ignores me. Then one day, she told me to shut up and said she'd kick my tail.
And what did you do?
I told her to address me, but she just hopped out of the room.
Do either of you have questions for Miss Lamoto?
No.
No, I do not.
I'm sitting, minding my own business, eating my salad, my lunch. When Lamoto hops over yelling, "When I'm talking to you, you need to answer me. I asked you yesterday afternoon about a stain on a shirt, and this morning about too much starch in a collar of a shirt, and both times you ignored me." At this point, I got up with my lunch and hopped away from the nut job.
You have to listen to me. Come back here. I was talking to you.
Here's my answer for yesterday afternoon. Here's my answer for this morning.
Miss Ali, did you have prior problems with Miss Lamoto?
With all due respect, Judge, I did my job and I never threatened her. I would never threaten anyone, and she's relentless. Talks all day about everything and anything. She's a nudge. I hate you!
Joey, restrain Miss Lamoto.
Get him! Go! Let me go!
That's enough, Miss Lamoto. You're excused from my court meeting.
See, Judge, she's a coop. She ought to have an MRI on her tiny head.
That's enough of the name-calling. Miss Ali, were you aware of the company's no fighting policy?
Yes, Your Honor, but I tried to avoid her.
Did Miss Ali make any effort to resolve this?
No. Both violated the policy. Miss Lamato came to me first.
I've heard enough. I'll be back momentarily with my decision.
This episode is sponsored by FlatRateAppeal.com. If you're in need of representation for your upcoming unemployment hearing or appeal, contact Flat Rate Appeal at 866-805-9492.
Welcome back. I've made my decision in the matter. Rules are rules. I find in favor of the employer. Miss Ali, you are not entitled to unemployment benefits. You may appeal if you wish. Court is adjourned.
And if you didn't believe this hearing was real, here's the actual claimant telling their story.
Yeah, I got fired because my coworker had a screw loose. She wouldn't stop bothering me while I worked. I told my boss about her behavior, but nothing was done. One time, I was on a break, and for no reason, she came up to me yelling at the top of her lungs, "You have to answer me," and kept repeating, "You have to answer me." I asked her if she was okay. I was confused about her behavior, so I got up and walked away from her. She followed me, yelling, "Where are you going?" I told my boss she ought to have her checked out. Then on the day I was terminated, she came up to me again, screaming about not answering her throughout the day. I said, "Keep it up and I'll kick your ass." Later that day, I went to speak to my boss about her behavior, and I was told I was fired for violating the company policy about fighting in the workplace.
Stay tuned for the next episode on YouTube of Judge Silverback's Court. If you wish to share your story or interested in sponsoring an episode, you can reach us at ableunemployment@gmail.com. All hearings are based on various unemployment hearings around the country. However, all characters are fictional and any similarity or likeness is purely coincidental. Results may vary depending on the state you're in. Judge Silverback's Court is not intended to give legal advice. If you need help with an unemployment issue or appeal, always consult an attorney or legal aid for your particular situation.